Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 5-card draw. What do I need read for this new moon to full moon, June into July 2022. I'm your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace, from a professional witch, available on Kindle, link in the description box, and you can preview it for free and see the dedication that I made to my mom, who I just got to spend a whole bunch of days with. My mom and my stepfather up in Saratoga. I'm back. I'm back at the dining room table, ready to rock and roll. Oh yeah, and I'm a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle. Humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses are my subscriber tiers over there. Lots of benefits going on. Check it out. Having a field day over there. Streaming there pretty much every morning, talking about the day's lunar astrology, magical applications. Doing this today on a Pisces Moon Monday. So we talked a little bit about empathic surge, right? That 12th house Pisces stuff. So go check it out, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. I'm in a good mood. It's good to be back. As much as I love traveling, had a wonderful time seeing my family just all the way around. It was great. Put out a short, my first reel or short, whatever it's called on YouTube, of my mom frying meatballs, and it's got the most views of anything I've done in the past 2 years, so go figure, whatever. Let's get down to business. If you are new to the channel, a 5-card draw is just one card from 5 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. Therefore, not a timeless read, a timed read, and we'll look at the astrology in a moment. First, I want to say that these 5 decks represent the 5 magical elements: fire, earth, air, water, and spirit, in that order, to help you with your intentional work, your spell work, your new moon stuff, right? So you can plant the seed at new and watch it bloom to full. And now let's look at the astrology, shall we? We're looking at the new moon in Cancer, Tuesday, June 28, 10:52 p.m. Eastern. I am in New York. And then, of course, the waxing, the building, the expanding, the manifesting, the attracting, you do you, to the full moon in Capricorn, Wednesday, July 13th. 2:37 p.m. So a 2-week waxing period. It is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and do check your other signs, because you got more than one seed. Mom and I went plant shopping. I got moon vines out there and heavenly blues, all sorts of stuff. I got stuff to feed the caterpillars so that we get good butterflies here on Long Island. So I know about planting them their seeds, literal and metaphoric. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I'll get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from my pantheons of the divine, which I am intimately contracted to do this work with, apparently. So that, your heart's desires, the element of fire, what you yearn for, what you burn for, what your heart desires, first card down, is part of the universe's plan, right? The universe always has a plan, no matter how anything appears to be. So the more you fulfill your heart's desires, you fulfill your soul contract. Like, forget about anybody else's soul contract that you might have a contract with. Your sacred contract, Carolyn Mace, white courtesy telephone, please. Then the more you are doing the best that you can to shift this world from a less leaded timeline to a more golden timeline, right? More peace, more prosperity, more grace on the planet. I think you get what I'm laying down. Please take a nice deep breath. And let's do this. It's going to feel so good to say this. Still point. Oh, I did miss that. As I call to the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. These are my favorite reads to do the 5 card draws, so please, using the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. She's got an awesome name and she's really good at what she does. What is their element of fire? What they yearn for, what they burn for, their heart's desire. Give them a nice, clean, clear spell fragment to help them shape their intention. This new to full June, July 2022. Imagination. Now you got to admit, very head, right? The Aries rules the head. It is like the sign of Aries is just right there. It's the nose and the brow. It's sort of that. I've dated a bunch of Aries. It's pretty much like that. The spell fragment, imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Well, that's a little on the mystical side. I don't think this one has come up a whole bunch. I think I would have remembered that one. Imagination now set me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Well, right there is very element of air, which also rhymes. And certainly the visualization aspect of creating reality, right? Creative visualization, Shakti Gawain, 1980 something. I had it in the original paperback, little mass market. It was the first book I ever read on metaphysics. B. Dalton, that's how long ago that was. In the mall, oh my god, the South Shore Mall. So to activate your power of imagination, now it's really easy to use your imagination for the lead rather than the gold, right? The scary rather than what you want. And that's why including the divine ones, like whatever the divine ones are for you, I call them my collective pantheons of the divine. I got angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, all of that, totems, ancestors, all of that going on. And we're all divine at the core. So maybe this is you accessing a bit of your own inherent divinity. And I will say this, when there's something that we really yearn for, burn for, our heart's desires, more often than not, it's an intuition, our soul telling us, yes, this is scripted, yes, this is coming, and it's okay to want this, but what gets in the way? Time, right? Just remember, the ego over here is like, time is my enemy, I must fight against time. Over here is the soul. Time is my ally. And the personality has to choose, right? Which one we want to listen to. And that can be a journey in and of itself. So, you're going to wax your imagination with your element of fire, your element, right? Fire signs. So we're going to get you a crystal oracle card for the element of earth to help ground it. Now, if you have the stone, great. You want to get the stone, wonderful. I find that point to be moot, because clear quartz does everything, and you could certainly have a nice little physical carrier in terms of a piece of jewelry or something. But certainly the oracle messages seem so very right on. Tony Carmine Salerno, one of 2 book readings. Let's get up in this element of earth. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. There we go. As I call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel, one of the archangels of the north powers of earth, hence the crystal oracle, please. The archangel of Lyons, the archangel of nature, the archangel of wealth. Please, what is the crystal oracle for the Aries collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus? Watching this video, receiving this reading, the element of earth, the fuel to feed the fire, to help ground and manifest their heart's desire. With imagination, this new to full June, July 2022. Snowflake obsidian. I got some. Snowflake obsidian. Obsidian is volcanic glass. Obviously not all volcanic glass is obsidian. But snowflake obsidian is definitely an absorbing stone. I've used it for that. Really good for protection. But let's see what Mr. Salerno has to say on the subject. Snowflake obsidian. Empowerment, protection, told ya, ideas and talents. Okay, well, ideas and imagination go pretty much hand in hand. Crown chakra, well, 8th chakra sends down the code, right? Crown chakra receives it. It's the satellite dish. It hits that third eye. Inspiration turns into information. You start languaging it and visualizing it. So empowerment, protection, ideas, and talents. You have so many wonderful inspirations, ideas, and talents that to date you have kept hidden, protecting and nurturing them within the fertile and loving landscape of your heart and imagination. I'm going to call that out as a double whammy. First two cards down. And rightly so, for the last few years have been like an incubation period, a time in which you have subconsciously been collecting creative fuel to be used for a later date. Yeah, pandemic much? Yeah, couldn't even go outside there for a while. Of course, we've been gestating. Well, that time has now come. You will soon begin to express and empower your ideas and inspirations as you discover practical applications for them in the physical world. It's time for you to shine, so don't hold back any longer. And if that's not great for a waxing moon, in other words, you don't have to go solar supernova, right? Human supernova, solar Superman, angel with wings of fire, flying, drying friction blast. No, you can do this a little bit every day to build on that using your imagination as a tool. Now, the third eye, Ajna, Sanskrit. It's the name of the third eye, A-J-N-A. Great bar downtown New York City. I don't know if it's still there. Ajna, pretty cool. The thing is that element of air, if you can release attachment and just be like, okay, Ajna means servant, then I am not going to serve the third eye. The third eye is going to serve me. Right? So you do have control over what you imagine, unless, of course, you don't. And with what we're going through on planet Earth, so much easier to imagine the worst case scenario than the best, right? So let's look at the element of air here, healing with the Angels Oracle, because this is feeling very element of air for a fire sign, imagination, snowflake obsidian, your ideas, your inspirations, empowering them and activating those talents. Let's see what the Michaelites, the archangels of fire, the legions of Archangel Michael, have to say about this. Now, there are two ways to read this card, and I think both are usually applicable. One is, of course, the word written on the card, right? Element of air, what you think about, what you read about. Maybe Google the word, find different interpretations. Go back to the original meanings of words. I think that's often an interesting take on things. The other is these are names of healing angels, right? Hordes of them, probably the wrong word. That they will not intervene unless we ask. Those angels don't do that, right? You gotta say help. Sometimes it's all you need to say is help. But if you call on them, they will swoop in and help you out here and help you heal. So what kind of healing would the particular genre of angels be offering you in this? Let's find out. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to the angels and archangels of fire, the sign of Aries, powers of the south, the Michaelites, yay, the one who has the best press agent, the Archangel Michael angels, who is the perfect healing angels for the element of air, the air to stoke the fire and manifest their heart's desire with that imagination and that snowflake obsidian, waiting in the wings with their wings spread for the call. This new full June, July 2022. Well, did you just get the romance card? Ooh, that one has not shown up in a while. So that's turned the party, hasn't it? Now, granted, you can have a romance with Italian cooking. I do. I absolutely do. I have a romance with MC Beaton and Agatha Christie. They both crossed, right? It's okay. Thank you, YouTube, for the audiobooks. Really gets me through. So you can have a romance with anything, but with the element of air, this is certainly about thinking in a more romantic sense. Remember, it's also a style, it's an era, the romantics, right? But if this is specifically about a romantic relationship, then certainly we know what our imaginations can do when the ajna becomes the master instead of the servant, right? We can go off into lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions, codependent patterning from Adam and Eve. How far back you want to go? Nice rib. So, you know, the healing angels. So what would the healing angels of romance do? They would help you heal your thoughts, ideas, and imagination in terms of romance. Like, what is healthy romance? I mean, really, what's love got to do with it? Let's find out. Element of water, the whispers of love oracle, the party turned your deck. Not that this party hath not already been turned. It hath been turned. The higher selves of all involved. Obviously, this is not just you. If this is the romantic kind of usual things that people are clamoring for on YouTube, let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath for your element of water. Still point. As I call to the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love for the Aries collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading for their element of water, the energy and motion that we call emotion, the juice in the spell, the passion, right? The emotion, particularly if we're looking at romance here, air condenses into water. So, what is the piece of information, inspiration, insight most needed for the Aries collective watching this video, receiving this reading to help them manifest with imagination, with that snowflake obsidian and the healing angels of romance this new to full June, July 2022? Be authentic to who you are. Honey, if you want true love, you gotta be true. You gotta be true to yourself, right? Be authentic about who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. Now, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent, but not too much. If we want our governments and our companies and like all of these things to be transparent, well, that's another word for authentic if you think about it. Now, we're all in stages, right? No one's born a butterfly. We're born an egg, caterpillar, pupa, cocoon, and then butterfly, human hero, immortal god, right? That's the spiritual evolution that I teach. So it is a process, but for it to be, you know, about a romance, you have to be really authentic, and that means being vulnerable, and that's not the easiest thing in the world. So what is your imagination doing? Particularly if you've been rejected. Now, I've never met anybody who hasn't been rejected, then certainly there can be some healing work there, but sometimes that's just the test. It's not a pass-fail test, it's like a litmus test, like a pH test, right? To see, are you willing to be authentic no matter what, and say, no, this is what I want, and this is who I am, and take it or leave it. I love me, and I'm learning, right? And these healing angels of romance might very well give you the words and the means to do that. It's really good. I like this for you, my rams. You just ram tough. I bet you are. So let's get you the card of spirit. Oh, I missed them. I didn't touch them for a while. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. I got his new book on the way, coming tomorrow. Letha Summer Solstice. At the time of this recording. The card of spirit, our second little bookie book read. To charge the thing, right? Like spirit, like team spirit, like with energy. And a mantra that you could do with a piece of snowflake obsidian or something similar. To build this for yourself over this new to fall. Let's see what hits the table. Last card down. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of Romance, I'm going for it. Why not? Since you exist, the Ascended Masters of Romance, please, one card in clarity for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading the perfect healing mantra to bring this all together, to energize the imagination, right? Their element of fire. Imagination now sets them free. Divine ones, they send their thanks to thee. With that snowflake obsidian, those ideas and those inspirations, protecting them, but also now putting them out to the world, expressing their talents. It is time. In romance, according to the healing angels, really willing. And again, that romance can be outside of a one-on-one relationship. That can mean so many different things in a general reading. But with that, be authentic to who they are and how they feel, element of water. I think that it really probably is more of that heart chakra, second chakra stuff. So leave the perfect healing mantra in my hand for the Aries Collective, that they can nail the dismount on the new and have it manifest at the full this June, July 2022. Liberating love. You can't see that. Liberating love. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. Why did I not need to look at the mantra? Because I said it 10 billion times. This is huge. And this is really about being authentic. Pardon me. I've got a little bit of a head cold. So all that deep breathing is just moving the mucus. What can I tell you? It happens as you get older. It happens all throughout your life. At least I know it's not the vid. H-I-J-K-L. My mother was a nursery school teacher. I'm good at the alphabet song. I say this all the time. I didn't even know it was the same tune as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star until I was in my 40s. Where was I that day at school? Liberating love. I allow, and that's a big, the underline allow. I allow. Who cares what anybody else is doing? I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I am willing, third chakra, to give. When love is liberated, your heart remains open to all the gifts that life has to offer. Stick a pin in that. It doesn't mean it looks like a gift when it shows up, just saying. As love is liberated from the emotional wounds of the human condition, it becomes easy to accept, forgive, and receive. When such actions seem exhausting, it is simply a sign that your heart doesn't feel safe enough to remain open. Be authentic to who you are and how you feel emotionally, at least to yourself, right? It's like, I'm not ready for this right now, and that's okay. It is okay if you need to kind of rest for a bit, right? When this occurs, your will's freedom to embrace each tender corner of your consciousness will allow opening up to resume. When the heart has permission to open, your love is liberated, and you can shine a light into all levels of reality to awaken the truth of all. And sometimes that's as simple as, I need to take a break. I'm going to go rest, right? I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to put my hand on my heart and just silently or aloud just say, I love you. Love is our liberator. It is, well, true love, breaks all curses, right? Conquers all. This is doing it for yourself. And what, you think that's not going to heal your ideas and imagination on romance? Of course it is. This mantra is ideal for learning how to believe in yourself, promoting self-realization, which is huge, and integrating the shadow, which means when you think of romance and it goes, you go, it's okay. It's okay to feel that. Come here, you. It's raised by a nursery school teacher. I have 10 million character voices rambling around my subconscious, and Lord, I was born a rambling man. So here's what's going to happen. This makes sense. I mean, it's all pretty much connective tissue here, but I really feel like you being authentic here, which usually Aries don't have issues with, in order to use that imagination in a way that serves you, will absolutely bring some liberation. So what I'm going to do, I forgot, where did I put you? Here you are, Torcharial. Yay. You sit there. So sorry about the coughing. I got a little tickle in the back of my throat. What I'm going to do is going to put this together in a little summation blessing thing, and then we'll chat a little bit at the end, because it helps me release in this case, the Aries Collective by letting the goofy fly free. Like I kept it in chains this whole reading. Please take a nice deep breath. Hey, I'm the fun one. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Aries Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need. This new moon in Cancer to full moon in Capricorn, June, July 2022, that they may liberate love, allowing themselves to receive all the fulfillment they're willing to give by being authentic to who they are, about how they feel and what it is that they want. As they call in the healing angels of romance to help heal the mind in romance, which, hello, everybody should be working on that, because that's a heavy load to do, while they work that snowflake obsidian vibe. That their ideas and their inspiration and their imagination about romance in general, whether it be led to gold, it's crap, it's never going to happen, or oh, it's what I really want, and can go back and forth all day long, but that they are able to now go for it and put their talents in to process while they activate their imagination, and what I have to say is more of a mystic vibe than usual. That imagination now sets them free. Divine One, they send their thanks to thee for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. It's so motivating. So it is. It's a good read. First read of the series. I'm really digging it for you. Good. I liked it. Did you like it? Then hit the thumbs up. You want more of me here on YouTube? If you haven't yet, subscribe. I hear it's what people do nowadays. And certainly, if you want to go deeper, if you want a little bit of me every day, or a lot of bit of me every day, come Patreon on Patreon. Patreon.com/join the circle. I mean, really, I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Meow. And my honor, my pleasure, my privilege to serve you today. It's so good to be back. My home, my kitty cats, my coffee, it's all here, and I'm back, and my garden is gorgeous, and I really hope you are all doing really well. So wishing you the very best and the very blessed this new to full June, July 2022, my beloved Rams. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.